Yes.
Every time, you know, when I was a kid.
This on?
Yeah.
So it's on,
You
but
just
it's
need to
like
talk
on
louder.
like a memory
Get
of someone
closer
who
to
used
it.
to be in the show.
Oh.
I'm on it.
You are on.
So on this mic right now.
You are all over that
I'm
mic.
so close to this mic right now.
Get on that
I'm
mic.
so close to this mic right now.
We can't top that. We're leaving now. That's the panel's over. It just
This
topped
mic
out.
actually makes me feel short.
You know,
Like, it's
I always
like
we're
so
talking
tall.
about I just want to say something about cosplay too. It's really funny because when I was a little kid, I went to Star Trek conventions and sci-fi conventions, and people spend months, and some of you are in the room right now, months and months and months building what you're thinking is going to be the most amazing cosplay, and you pour your heart and soul into it, and it's amazing. It looks great, and it's done, ready for the convention. And then you put it on.
Uh-oh.
And you go to the convention. And in about 10 minutes, you're like, I'm gonna die. And they would spend the rest of the day carrying their cosplay around because you make these amazing costumes, but sometimes you don't think about how incredibly uncomfortable or hot or cumbersome it's gonna be after an hour or so. And I always feel bad because you can see how much work goes into them, you know? But you guys are troopers. You cosplayers, especially in this building, I want to give it up for you.
And I believe with all of my heart they should only make characters from now on that don't wear heels. Because if you've ever been to Anime Expo or any other, that's the thing. At the end, there's like this like graveyard of high heels on the side of the hall, and women crying, and men crying, and non-binary people being like, "Why?" Yeah.
It's like going to a wedding, and then at the end of the wedding, everyone has their shoes off and they're just dancing
Obviously.
in their socks and stockings.
Obviously.
Welcome to the Vampire Night panel. It's not going to exclusively be Vampire Night, but we will certainly be happy to touch on some of that stuff. Mela Lee, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody in the room, voice of Youth Cross. Vic Mañana, everyone, voice of Zero. And my name is Ezra Weiss. I voice
Ezra Academy!
That's great. That is great.
I gave you jazz hands.
Oh, thank you. So, let's go back, shall we? We'll go back about, what is it, maybe 12 years, 13 years or so?
Was it
years.
really?
It was something like that. Now, first of all, Vic, I know, first of all, he's a globe-trotting, convention-going, entrepreneur, voiceover artist extraordinaire.
Yeah.
I'm curious, since Mela and I recorded our roles for Vampire Night in Burbank, California, which is just south of here, about an hour and a half or 2 hours. Vic, you were living in Texas. Were you flying out to
I was.
Burbank?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
You know, you guys, my Vampire Night story is really short because I want us all to get as much time with you as possible. But I came to fall in love with Vampire Night because for years I was doing convention appearances and I was always seeing the cosplayers, and I would see people in these cool black uniforms. And I was like, hey, what's that? And they're like, oh, Vampire Night. And I was like, what is that? And so they would tell me about it. And so before the show was ever even licensed, I was like, note to self, Vampire Night, cool uniforms, good show. I heard a lot of good things about it. And then somebody from Bang Zoom called me and said, oh, we want you to audition for this show called Vampire Night. I'm like,
Yeah, you manifested.
so I want to audition, right? And I'll never forget it. I was in Hawaii at Kawaii-Con, an anime convention, and I was dying to hear whether or not I was going to get to play anybody in Vampire Night. And I got a voice, and I was holding my phone in my hand all day, that kind of thing, right? Just waiting for a call. Suddenly, there it is, 818.
That's perfect.
I'm like, oh my gosh. And I tried to click on it, and it was gone.
You hung up?
No, it just like it rang once, and then the call was gone, right? And I was like, what the heck? And then there was a voicemail.
Opportunity not
And I was like, oh no, here it is, here comes.
Uh-oh.
And I put it up. I'm not kidding you. Have you ever heard this story?
No.
No.
I love
Eric-
This is Mami Okada.
No,
from
Eric.
Mexico.
Eric Sherman who owns Bang Zoom
Yes.
at the time. Anyway,
Yeah, still.
left me a voicemail, and I never forget it. I was with somebody, and I started to play the message, and I looked at my friend. I'm like, okay, here it comes. Here it comes. What are they going to say? And Eric Sherman said, I'll never forget it. He goes, Vic, I know you were really looking forward to being a part of